So you know
Okay,
what?
that's
This is
fucked
this
up.
is a this is a great segue into, because we're talking about grandma. You know, I'm gonna pull from grandma and her plight. So let's talk about Medicaid. Okay, something that has been very
Oh.
wow. I love the reactions I'm already getting.
Yeah.
So okay, let's say you finally get the help you need paying for nursing home care through Medicaid, which is literally one of the key things that Medicaid is established for. Let's say, unfortunately, this person, grandma passes away. The kids are grieving, everybody's just like down and out. They at the repass and they're just filling away. And then here comes the state. And the state comes to you and your family with a bill. So instead of giving condolences, they're requesting payment. And this is under the Medicaid Estate Recovery Act, which states that literally the state, the government, can seize homes or assets from deceased Medicaid recipients to repay the cost of the care provided. So it is inevitably depriving those families that are grieving, not only from grieving, but from whatever generational wealth that they had when their grandma, back to the top of it,
Mm.
passed away and had a house. That house is now, it can be co-opted, commandeered by the state to repay for that Medicaid she was getting while she was in hospice care or getting any sort of nursing care. In 28,
That's
I'm gonna give you more. Hold on.
okay.
In over 28 states, this this law currently exists and is being acted on. Now I'm going to come back to California because, listen, nobody's safe. No state is safe. In 2023, California alone recovered $93 million from estates of minority communities. Most of those minority communities were low income families of color, of course. So the state is literally coming in and taking your family's generational wealth from you.
That's not even
Meanwhile,
federal.
meanwhile, the rich are passing down the trust funds. The poor are inevitably passing down liens and bills that they have zero control over. And they don't even know that that's going to be the case.
That's up.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about this one. So I really would recommend looking up the
Mm,
Medicaid Estate Recovery Act because,
no, that is super important
yeah,
to know. Um,
yeah,
even on a personal note, that's
Yeah.
super important to know.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
Medicaid.
yeah,
Yeah,
that sucks,
yeah,
and I think there it makes it very difficult to have hope
correct.
for anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
because
It's
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm getting every which way,
you can
and I'm like, when do I get a break?
from
When do I
beyond
get
the
a reprieve?
grave,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Because think about like
Every
all of
hole.
our all of our families, all particularly minority families, like
Uh
we
huh.
all really focus in on creating generational wealth for the future. So if your grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, whomever had property and worked their butt off, worked their ass off for that, and wanted to pass that down, but also received the benefits from the government that they were not able to pay under Medicaid, that entire thing is being snatched the up. And the horns agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, that's some bull.
And I'm not surprised by California because California voted to keep slavery legal. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
they
do talk
definitely
about
not as liberal as they like to say they are.
Yeah.
that.
I will say that it was like the wording was a little difficult to understand on the ballot.
Intentionally
However,
so.
yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Intentionally
yes.
so. That was on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there is a conversation to be had about elder care, right? Because
Yeah.
as we all grow older, I think the elder population is going to grow a lot older than what we've ever imagined.
Yep.
And so I can imagine hearing these things happening way more often than not.
Uh-huh.
Or
Uh-huh.
and where's the lobbyists that do good things, to get this
There are
taken
none.
out, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you expect people who are on Medicaid don't have that money to repay?
Exactly. So it's
No.
already a gift
Like,
if they have some sort of property like that was
Right, because
passed
they were
down
able
to
to
them.
purchase it at a
Yeah.
time when stuff cost, a
you
certain
could
amount
buy
of.
homes from
Right.
Sears for $900.
For
Because
4 easy payments.
right,
Yeah.
like, because everything was a living wage, or,
Yeah.
we could afford things because they weren't astronomical.
Yep.
That's really up.
Yeah,
Um,
it is. So that's why I feel like if you have, elders in your life,
yeah.
please get hip on what this law really reflects, because you need to know that all of these laws, all of these things that I've mentioned, they impact every single one of us in some form or fashion, whether it's direct or indirect.
You know
So the
what's
smarter we
crazy?
are.
The We have to, because they intentionally try to us over in this country
Mhm.
specifically.
Yeah.
We have to work with the people who have worked on the wrong side of things to understand how stuff works from the inside. So my
Yep.
grandmother passed away a week ago, and my grandfather is still living, but he's in his 80s, so that's, time is borrowed at this point. And I'm gonna need to. We're talking to attorneys right now, and I'm gonna need to figure out the things that I need to talk to them about. And one of this is due to a medical malpractice, so then that's another element we have to handle after. And we're
Mhm.
working with a lady who used to be the person who worked on objecting all of the medical malpractice suits in order to know the things that how we need to fight. And it's up that you have to do that.
Yeah.
It's up that you have to do that.
You have to know someone that has experience from being on the inside that can then use that for the common person's
Yep.
defense and betterment. And that's how I look at everything that I do, even, on my end.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for your loss. So sorry to
Thank
hear it.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's yeah, no, all of it is up. And it's more up because a lot of these people were brought into the world to intentionally
Yeah.
with us. Like, they had their children
Mhm.
so that they could
Mhm.
pass their nasty evil legacies down, and those legacies
Yes.
are to continue to find ways to us over. And the fact that we're always fighting against that as a monster is rotten within itself. So
Yep.
may you all have the days you deserve. I curse all your lineages.
Whew. I second that motion.
Yes. All right.
Let's take one more break and
On a very special
yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. Let's take one final break and we'll be back with more. Hit it, Claude.